Hey YouTube, Joe Shannon Cruz, Fasting Away Fat. Hey, I've got just a few minutes and I wanted to make a really quick video about the very basics of intermittent fasting. I'm doing this video based on some questions that I've gotten from people who've gotten interested about the weekly weigh-ins and the progress that I've been having. And they have these questions and I can tell that they're getting a little overwhelmed. So this is just a really basic overview of intermittent fasting. If you like the information that's in the video, please hit that subscribe button, and the notification bell will of course remind you every Sunday to check out the weigh-in videos where that you can see how much weight that I've lost for the week. So again, thanks for listening, and we'll jump right in. So number one, let me start off by saying I'm not a doctor, a dietitian, or a nutritionist. What I am is somebody who had a substantial amount of weight to lose. I mean 100+ pounds weight to lose. And I was looking for a way to change my life. So I was not looking for a diet. I know diets. I've done every diet that you can imagine. I've done everything from vegan to raw vegan to low fat. So basically eating just potatoes and rice, and that's a real diet. I've done high fat, so that where you put butter and oil and everything into everything. I've done counting calories, counting points, weekly weigh-ins, support groups. I've done everything except for bariatric surgery, and that's only because I am scared to death of medical procedures. That's the truth. I don't come at me with a needle, and you gotta have an IV to be able to get bariatric surgery. So it scares me. Having said that, I found intermittent fasting as a way that I could actually change my life, and I needed a life change. And I really tried to focus in on not just losing weight, but gaining overall health. And there are so many exciting benefits of intermittent fasting. Before I tell you about those, let me tell you who should not try intermittent fasting, okay? If you are pregnant or nursing, don't do this. If you already have trouble controlling your blood sugar or have low blood pressure, intermittent fasting is not for you. If you already have an eating disorder, if you're underweight, or if you're a minor child, this is, again, not for you. Having said that, let's talk about all the great things that intermittent fasting can do. Intermittent fasting can help lower your blood sugar. It can help lower your blood pressure. It can give you increased mental clarity and energy. I needed that. After 40, you need that. It can help increase your human growth hormone production. Some people say by up to 5 times the amount. You remember a couple years ago when everybody was running around getting the human growth hormone injections? I didn't do that. Did I mention I was scared of needles? But a lot of people did. Some people I knew had some good success with it. And anything will work for a little while. I needed something I can do forever, like for here to the end of my life. So that was where this came from. So I do have some other notes. Let me look real quick. All the great things that it can do. Did we talk about lowering your cholesterol? Short-term fasting can also increase your metabolism from anywhere to 3 to 16%, depending on your body fat composition and your body composition. It can help burn up your belly fat. Fasting also gives your body a chance to enter into, you'll hear this pronounced a couple different ways, autophagy or autophagy. Online, people say it differently. What that basically is house cleaning. So you know what that's like. Like if you're a working woman or a working anybody nowadays, you work all week at one thing like a job and earning money, and then on the weekends you get the fun of cleaning house. Well, your body kind of works the same way if you think about it. If you have your body digesting food all the time, like morning, noon, and night all day long, it doesn't have a lot of time to clean house. So when you stop making your body work at digesting food, it starts to clean house. So in cleaning house, it also helps with inflammation, which it has definitely done for me because it has helped clear up all of my acne. I've had clear skin and gotten rid of adult acne. I've had clear skin for the first time in over 20 years. That's huge to me. That's been a big boost for my self-esteem, to be honest. You don't know how, if you've never had acne, severe acne, you don't really know how ugly that can make you feel. So, and then it also helps with other inflammation diseases like arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, MS. They're starting to do studies, and when I say studies, I'm talking about Harvard Medical School, Johns Hopkins. There's a lot of information online from very reputable sources in the medical community about the links of fasting for everything from dementia to MS. This is like seriously one of the most exciting things that I can even imagine. And it's not a new thing. Fasting has been around for centuries. So all the naysayers that will say that this won't work, you can go back through time from Benjamin Franklin all the way back to Aristotle. You can go back and there's conversation about fasting. People didn't always eat the way that we eat now. And the truth of it is, we've only had the availability of food that we've had, and since we've started food production as an industry. And so that has made a big difference in how that we consume food and the amount of calories that are available for every person on the planet. Like I say, I really tried to focus in on the things that I wanted, my overall goals. So that made seeing the bigger picture of fasting so much easier. But now let's talk about how to fast. There's a lot of different plans or programs. We're going to make it as diety as possible because we think it has to be complicated or it has to be expensive. It's not. It is this simple. Fasting means you're not eating. Stop eating. Remember, when you're trying to set up your fasting schedule that works best for you, that's not my schedule, that's not his schedule or her schedule, that's the one that works best for your day, your regular layout of how that, when you work, when you're off work, when your family meals are. Remember that at about the 12 to 16 hour mark, depending on your body composition and what you ate last, your body enters into fat burning. End of story. That's how it happens. It digests food, it uses what it can get in the digestive process, it burns up its readily available stores, and then it starts burning fat. And so anything after about that 16-hour mark, that's just extra. That's where the magic happens. That's when the house starts getting cleaned up. That's when the fat starts melting away. That's when it happens. So, again, I don't count calories. Some people do this with counting calories with certain diets. You'll see a lot of information about keto with intermittent fasting. All of that is stuff that works for some people. It's not what I choose to do. You've got to figure out your own way to do this to make it work. But you do have to spend at least 16-hour stretches without eating. There's no other way to do intermittent fasting. And that without eating means no calories. That means water. It can be sparkling water. It can be mineral water. It cannot be flavored water that's flavored with something that's sweet. So no Crystal Light, the little packages, I don't know if I can tell you don't use Crystal Light. Crystal Light, please don't come after me, okay? If it has artificial sweetener in it, it is going to trigger an insulin response. So please, that is not what fasting is. You can't put cream and sugar in your coffee. It's black coffee, tea, unsweetened tea, and water. That is what you can have when you're fasting. It's not broth. It's not gelatin. Intermittent fasting is for at least 16 hours, preferably 18 or 20 hours in a stretch, you don't eat. You don't put any calories in your body. That's the reason why I like breakfast and lunch, and then I just don't eat dinner. So a big part of my fasting window happens while I'm asleep. And I like just sleeping right through it. I can't obsess about food if I'm sleeping. So this has just been a quick overview on fasting. Please don't overthink this. Don't make it complicated. Don't buy into the idea that simplicity doesn't work. Simple works. It just means stop eating. You just got to put the fork down for at least 16 to 18 hours a day, and this will work. Please, any questions or comments, tips or tricks that you may have found from doing this for yourself, please put them in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch, and I hope this helps. Have a great rest of the week.